Okay.
Give me a second here.
Yeah. Remember, no guns, radio's off.
Right, exactly.
I'm really not super stoked about talking to Sirius face to face 2 days in a row, but
Nope.
maybe that just means I'll get used to it sooner.
Here's what it is, right?
All right.
How are you doing health-wise?
Good. I'm good. I'm ready.
Yeah, we're
So-
good. Let's go. I
Funny how
figure
I keep
best
showing up
tactic,
places at night.
only speak when I'm prompted.
I would appreciate that. I understand it won't
Understood,
be
Ellie, I
easy.
can do that. Also, are we using our legal names, or...?
Yes,
I guess
they all know.
Sirius already knows them, right?
When we give our answer to Sirius, if it's a yes, I want us to remove our masks, as it's said.
Oh God.
Okay. I can do that. I'll follow your lead.
I feel he's someone who appreciates symbolism.
Might be more powerful in the day, though. Unless they have lamps, I guess. That
He has
would
lamps.
Make sense. Okay, good. Well, then,
I
on
think-
you.
Oh, we're coming in from the back. Hello?
Oh Christ.
Watch your step.
What?
Да.
Oh. Oh. See them a while ago.
Ah oui.
Hello?
Ничего.
Konnichiwa.
Hello?
We are the Skulk. We have a meeting with Sirius and Hubbard. I don't know if anyone can pass that along for us.
Praetorians. Want to get serious.
Alright. Excellent. Thank you.
You good over there?
I wasn't.
Ah,
Now I am though.
fair. How you been? Is Scarlet over there? Somewhere. One of you people.
That's
Me
me.
too. Oh, konnichiwa. Remember we met you?
Konnichiwa.
Was it
Yes,
maybe
I
2 weeks
remember you
ago?
fondly.
Over in in Waterboro. Hi.
Hey.
Yes.
Good to see you again.
Tyler.
Yeah, we still have quite a lot of burlap sacks if you need them, by the way.
Oh.
No rush.
Oh god, we're
Oh,
drowning in them.
it was a tarpaulin, hi. But we actually
Hey.
hit the building
Yeah,
when
plenty
we
of that,
needed,
too.
so yeah, I think we're okay now. It was just that day we needed one for the building, but we're okay now. But we appreciate that. Yeah, we got a
Well,
few
if
spare
you
too.
need anything else, we're happy to help out.
Oh,
Arigato.
arigato. That's kind.
Tyler,
Let us know if there's something you need to.
do you have time to talk about the furniture for a minute?
Maybe, yeah, maybe in a second.
Konbanwa, Onami wa Eli desu. Dozo yoroshiku.
Very good
It's,
of you to speak in.
Oh,
unfortunately, it's about all I know, but I picked up a little
Oh.
Oh,
bit.
that's okay.
That is.
That's
Did
okay.
we meet you the other day? As well with
I
Skylar?
don't
Is
I
that
don't
you?
think we've formally met, but I may have been around.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh. I am Yoko. This is Hideo, my
I am
husband.
Hideo.
It's a
Hideo
pleasure.
Yamamoto.
We
Hideo
we
was,
came across your mountain settlement once, and it was beautiful. It's a shame you had to move.
Oh.
Sure, get somewhere safe.
Oh.
Hey.
It's very sad that termites start to eat.
Yeah.
Nasty
Hideo is
bugs.
a very good architect, but he retired now.
Hey.
I see.
well, Skulk, are you ready for your meeting?
Yeah. I'm sure they're more than ready.
Hubbard, are you ready?
Serious.
Oh, wait, lovely to see you both.
To see you.
Skulk and Hubbard, if you'd follow me then, and the rest of the Legion. Last one should close the door.
Apologies again for being late. It's been a weird night.
I was
No trouble.
stuck out at sea. Nasty waves. We were just coming back from a bit of an excursion.
No trouble at all. The Reapers and Hubbard will be meeting tomorrow, so this one is just you two.
Thank you for understanding, the both of you.
Give me just a second.
Sure.
No, it's all good. Are we... Oh, wait.
Alright, well, if you'd like to come on in.
Oh, you rearranged.
I did rearrange. We went and got some more tents.
Do you want us to, like, turn over weapons or anything? It's a peace negotiation, right? I don't know.
Just don't pull them. I find it better to have weapons. I think it's always more interesting, the possibility that someone will pull them. Legion, if you want to come on in as well, we can... Now, I'll leave you all in awkward silence whilst I go and put some things away. I'll be just a minute.
Wonderful.
Hannah, I actually, some questions for you real quick, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So, is there anywhere on the island that could help with, understanding blood a little bit more closely?
Blood?
Well, okay, so, I'm scouring for the name of the machine that separates them? Separates the white from the...
Centrifuge?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, centrifuge!
Yeah, I have heard you can find sometimes island. I have.
Oh, okay. Awesome. That's good to hear.
Yeah, I think they might be boiled living.
I'm sorry, you're sounding a little scratchy. You might need
Sorry.
some water. You okay?
I've been a little under the weather recently.
Completely
think-
understandable.
I think they might boil. I think you might have to diving in order to find them.
Jane? Said you have to go down them.
Yeah, diving.
Okay, let's set some ground rules. for
Diving!
this.
Yes, okay. Alright, I understand. Yes, thank you.
Alright, so the Legion are here acting just as mediators. If we think things are getting a little inconducive, we'll step in. Otherwise, this is your platform to talk. Legion, I don't want you being rude to either party. I don't want any raised voices from the Legion. You guys can of course raise your voices. I think anger and venting is conducive towards what you're trying to achieve. If any of you raise your voices, you step outside the tent, and then you don't come back in. Those are our rules. Your rules. Your objective. Let's set it right now. Who's the speaking delegate for the skulk?
Ellie.
Okay, Ellie. What's your objective?
We seek understanding, a middle ground, and possibly reparations.
Okay, good. We've got that in the open. Alright then. Let's try and keep things on topic. And as it was the skulk that wanted to have this meeting, I believe it should be you guys that speak first. So we will remain quiet, and we will, well, we will watch.
First off, thank you for meeting with us. I will admit it's not easy sitting across from you right now. I guess the first thing I want to do is ask, what happened to you? This is not the Hubbard that we knew when we first came out of the shadows at your shop.
Oh. 1 second.
Take your time.
Sorry, my leg is hurting me. I guess I would need a little bit more context of what your perception is. Because I don't understand.
Where do we? Since we've known you, you immediately welcomed us as a friend. We went on adventures with you, scouting missions, looting. You introduced us around to others, to Old Man. We worked with you to help build a settlement. And then it seemed there was this growing resentment and implications of us, especially Scarlet, into strange notions of treason at times and abandonment. And even when Chris and I were there to help you with things like moving shop, it still wound up things happening, like you admittedly stealing from us. With everything that was happening, Chris and I didn't think it was so bad as that we would be betrayed in such a fashion as well.
So let me be clear. I have never, throughout all of this, since even before the execution of Duncan, I have worked behind the scenes to try to, when I thought that there might be a dangerous situation that you, Ellie, or that you, Chris, might be in because of the actions of others, have tried to make sure that your intentions as good people have always been known. Whether you find that as truth or not is beholden upon you. However, I do know that that is something that I have done and have continued to do. My primary reference the primary accusation that you make with there was some abandonment there. There was definitely treason on behalf of Old Man, but there was abandonment. There was this notion that we did all those things together, and we had these dreams and these notions that we were going to do good things, and to just be what I felt, just be tossed away for the silver tongue of a dead man is what has pushed me to a point of again, I don't disrespect Chris. I don't respect you, Ellie. I question the motives of Scarlett as simply because of her relationship with Duncan and then some of the actions that she made on the island here herself. However,
Sorry.
to address the accusation of theft, I openly told Chris that I went into the your home and I took something and I brought it to its rightful owner in a effort to make sure that your debt was paid. So whether you look at it that way as theft, that is you. That's your prerogative. Mine is that I've always tried in my own way to be who I am and to be free and to protect the people that I care about. And I've never stopped caring about you, Ellie, and Chris, and I feel a kindred spirit there of trying to be understood, but I've had no reason to trust Scarlett after just her turning her back on me. So that's where I'm at. However, the other day when there was the conversation over the radio of the fact that you guys had a cultist living with you, well, it turns out I had a cultist living with me. Imagine that. Oh, we're all in the family. You know, we're all moving on up in that situation. But seems how easy that is for that to happen, it appears. So I'm happy to apologize publicly for those accusations. However, I still question a farmhand trying to draw the blood of a cultist and understand something. I mean, this is not cattle and pigs. These are human beings, and well, not cultists. They're not human, but I just don't understand the notion that you have the skills or the ability to accomplish anything that you're out to seek other than something nefarious.
So let me work backwards. She is a medic. I am a scientist. I'm not a geneticist, but it is something that I have familiarity with. We have been trying to pool our knowledge to do what we've always wanted to do, which is to help the islands, to give back to the people here. And we saw that as another avenue. Maybe there was some new idea we could suggest. And we have been trying to get in touch with doctors such as Warwick to present these ideas, but it's been difficult. They're busy people. They already have their own teams.
They're trying to catch the refrigerators that are running.
Yeah. Yeah. Going back to what you've been up to, it's hard to reconcile what you're saying. I mean, the biggest problem that we've had as Skulk is people running with the assumption that we're spies, that we're working behind the scenes. And you saying that you were working on our behalf, but doing so behind the scenes, it's a weird correlation, and it's honestly hard to believe
somebody
because...
that I not to interrupt, but I had just killed somebody that you cared deeply about. I don't think that I could walk to your front door and say, "Hey guys, I had this wonderful idea to make sure that that no one comes after you and that you're protected." And I just don't see that happening. I mean, one, if somebody came to me after I killed a friend, after they killed my friend or ally or grandpa or whatever you want to call the individual, then I would I pretty much would probably put a bullet between their eyes or I would scorn them from this earth. I would never want to see that individual. But you must understand, Ellie, you must understand that because I can be hated, and I can be disliked, and I cannot be cared for, and I could be the bane of everyone's existence, or just the disgust in the pit of your stomach. However, that doesn't change the way an individual feels about another. If you care about somebody and you want to make sure that they're safe, you'll do what you do.
Ellie, can I have a moment, please?
Yeah, alright.
Lewis, Hippocratic Oath. I am sworn to help anyone that asks for help. Side note, I don't hate you. I don't care anymore. I stopped caring about a day after, especially now. I am going to warn everyone I will be pulling a revolver and placing it on the ground in front, but nothing will be done with it, I promise. I was told this was a gift from you. So, look, everything's under the water for me. I don't care anymore. Honestly, the only thing I care about is the fact that I no longer have the notes, the diaries, whatever, the love letters that you sent to me, that you gave to me. They were in a journal, and they're gone now. Who knows where? I don't care. I do miss them.
I don't know
I feel...
anything about journals.
It's fine. I'm not asking. I'm not asking. So if you had come to me and asked for help, or wanted to provide some help, I would have accepted you with open arms, and I still will. Even after today, even if it does not go well, I will continue to open my arms to you and heal you as best as I can. It is why I said that I was open and willing to meet at your leisure. That is all.
Following that point and sort of circling back to mine, I feel there's been a lot of opportunities that were missed for dialogue. I said as much to Sirius when I met with him before, I will admit, and I'm sure Scarlet will admit, to some amount of naivety on our part. When we met you, we were very new to this strange new world after having lived in the woods away from humanity for so long. We were taken in by you, by Old Man, whatever motivations may have been happening outside of that, we're unsure, but it's come to us far too recently who Old Man really was. So recent that it's still hard to stomach. There's still lots that me especially, I think, wrestling with. It's with that in mind that we wanted this meeting, to bury Old Man with the memories we cherish and bury the hatchet. But first we want this understanding why things have happened the way that they have. We've mostly kept to ourselves because with everything that happened with Old Man and rumors flying and accusations all over, we can't talk to anybody. They all go, oh, the skulk. And we see it in their eyes, whether they're willing to engage or not. No one trusts us. You talk about how you can be hurt and you work behind the scenes. We have been hurt by you, and we have been hurt publicly, directly, by so many other people. So I want to understand why we are the butt of the island's wrath.
I can't speak for anybody else. If I could, other than the radio conversation that we had yesterday or the day before, whatever day it was. I don't even recall now. Everything's a blur. But other than that, I've never, outside of maybe some people in this room, I've never spoke poorly about you out loud.
It's hard.
Even
It's hard to
my,
believe
even,
that, given what others have told us.
that's again your perception or your prerogative or your choice to trust or believe others is absolutely fine. I have others and been led astray by their words. Fortunately, words are just that. You define the intent behind them or the heart of the matter. But I think it all, I mean, a lot of this, you can place a lot of the blame on me if you wish, and I'll burden whatever I need to, I'll shoulder whatever burden I need, and I'll accept responsibility wherever you feel that I should accept it. However, the the issue that's been at hand since we all were kikiing it up on a terrace in Duskar was that we all were told that this one individual had Kuru, and then that individual didn't have Kuru, and then it, whether that's true or not, or what was going on with that, I don't care anymore. I There needs to, like, I'll own whatever I've done, right? I will own the going into your home and taking a bag of gold and nails to return, or a few boxes of 5.56, and or my peg leg. I'll own those things.
Your leg. We've
But
never had your leg.
well, there was a piece of a leg. It was in the medicine cabinet. But I digress.
I believe
it
that
was a
was
gift.
the nub that you gave to me as a gift.
Yeah. I took my nub back. So
Yes,
sorry, hold on. I needed it to make an extra leg. For emergencies. Wow, that was going to be a really good speech I had going there. Shouldn't have brought up the nub. So I will own what I have done, but I believe that there needs to be some ownership taken as well from the skulk. Whether intentions are good or bad, it doesn't matter. It is the outcome of the actions that are relevant. And I feel my feelings are that there's been a lot of ask of others to forgive and to change and to see things through different color glasses, where there hasn't been any acceptance or ownership of what got you here in the first place.
So,
is it possible? Is it possible, Scarlett, that the blood test that you did on Lewis was a false positive?
Okay. Well, the tests are only as good as the blood test kits that I get from this island. So
Right.
whether the supplier was good or bad is hearsay. All I know is that he was exhibiting signs of critical Kuru, and when I took a blood test, the test came back positive. The two conducive kind of made sense. That being said, he seemed to be rid of it within a couple of days. So, under the bridge. Fucking hearsay at the, excuse me. Sorry. It's just water under the bridge at this point.
So I mean, it could be a false positive. So like a bad test. So I can own that. I can accept that. I think everybody in this room could accept that.
You were also privy
medical
to
equipment.
the radio as the diagnosis was read out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I believed it, because I was trusting Scarlett that read it out. So if it was, I think that's a good, moving forward, that's a good thing to admit when we have these conversations with patients, for example, that these are old tests. You know, they're not the most sterile, and they're not the most well kept, and they're probably past their expiration dates.
Yeah,
So
I would like to point out they are sterile, however. Alcohol does exist, and I do utilize it quite aggressively. Sorry, that I apologize. That was more a point towards my medicine.
All I'm saying is there needs to be equal ownership in any issues that exist between us.
Well, we've never denied being part of that whole situation. Kind of hard to when everyone reminds us of it constantly. Not saying like what you're saying, just general. We've actually become pretty good friends with the Reapers lately, and so we, even more than before, have a very strong desire to move on from that situation. Whatever it was, the outcome is Lewis is fine. He continues to be fine. Things are better between us. We're happy with that.
Okay.
Are there other things you want us to own up to other than the Kuru test that I have already publicly talked about myself being the one who produced that test?
We would like to hear.
I
think
want
that
to
the only other
apologize for
thing-
things that I am in charge of apologizing for.
Not to interrupt the meeting, I'm about to fire a shot. Don't be worried.
Fuck.
It's alright.
So
It's probably a signal or something.
I like that.
I'll handle it.
Thank you.
poof. I don't think that it's necessary to continue being a dead horse, as they say, right? I think that if you can own the fact that where you're at right now, where I'm at right now, we all got there on our own. We all had our own walk in that. I think that that is part of healing, part of moving forward. I think that there is an opportunity to learn from all of this. I am bothered by the constant denial of saying that aren't spies, or you weren't spies, or you never were spies. I mean, you clearly, there were times that was clearly implied, if not said outright. Whether that is a misconception or a failure of words or an ill-received intent, I can live with.
We're too stupid to be spies. We are.
Here.
Half the shit we've gotten into on our own is because we fucked up basic things that a spy would never fuck up. We have never...
Everybody knows what we've always done, period, constantly, all over the board.
That's the other thing, is everyone is already completely aware of everything we do. We wanted to be information brokers, and I can understand there can be confusion in those terms. As I explained to Sirius, we want to find people who want to know something, build a chair, how to make pizza, and we want to find people who know that, and go to the person who knows, say, hey, someone wants to know this, I want to connect you to. Great. So the person who knows gets paid whatever is reasonable for them. But now we know that information. So the next time we come across someone who's like, yeah, I want to know how to make pizza, grow herbs, whatever. Now we have the knowledge. We get paid for it. Just whatever's reasonable. We're not out to be the next syndicate in any fashion. We are just trying to make our way on the island. And the most important part of this ideal is the connections we make. So that's just... We recently had a serious problem with a group. Because in the process of rendering aid, a radio was on. Others heard about it.
Excuse me, Hannah.
Maybe-
Sorry.
Maybe you know what I'm talking about, maybe you don't. It doesn't matter. What matters is that they came knocking. And we suffered consequences for that. Because we did something so obviously stupid as leave a radio on. Didn't even think about it. If we were spies, we'd have been hung ages ago. And I know we've said it before, and we will continue to say it until our dying breath. Espionage is not our thing. It has never been our thing. We want nothing to do with it.
Okay. So, how do we move forward?
Can I compliment your armor? It's a far different look from what you're usually wearing. I'm quite impressed that you've decided to go so militaristic.
Been a bit wild over here on the west side of the island lately.
Seems that way.
We had a cannibal break into our settlement and try to eat one of my security guards, and then we had an actual
heard you
cannibal
were
living with
caught up in that.
us. And then I thought, oh well, I'll just kill this cannibal, and then he tried to eat my arm. That was last night. Pretty soon I'm gonna be like a Lego man.
Condolences,
but
truly.
it's been a little different, and I must say that I do hold a great deal of content, almost a unsolvable form of disdain for when I was attacked by the bio bear and I was crying out for help on the radio. A choice was made, and you can't go back in time, and you can't go back and change the choice that was made. But guys chose to help the old man without knowing that I was going to come out of that situation alive. And we can talk all day about reputations and about our actions as far as what we do as professions or how we handle certain situations in that sense. But I felt a level of abandonment that day that I will never be able to heal. We were friends. We were close. We were something that you don't find very often on this island. And that day I didn't just lose my leg. I felt like I lost 3-4 people that I could trust. Truly trust. And I found incredible friends in the process, but I wish I'd say I didn't need them because I had you guys, right? Like, and whether that was your intent or not, or whether that was just the shroud that was caused by the old man, I don't know. I don't know if that was outer workings, and quite frankly, I don't care, because when it mattered the most to me, you guys weren't there. And if there's any information that I can broker to you, it's help the people you care about. And
I can.
Let me. We do owe you an explanation for that, if you're willing to hear it.
Sure.
I didn't have my radio on me.
So, early that day, Scarlet got a call from Val of the Reapers. She wanted to meet again, following previous call to meet, an introductory meet. Scarlet drove the truck up to meet her. Lewis ambushed, came very close to killing her, decided not to, stole the truck. Val's allegedly felt terrible about it, wanted to meet again, try and clear the air, and so we actually were in Dusker at the time. You were not present. Chris and I on Overwatch. Scarlet met, and Old Man was there as well. Met with Val. Val told them, your lives are in danger. Lewis is coming for you. And Lewis is coming for her, for even being there. Scarlet and Old Man found it to be a credible threat, so Scarlet tasked us with escorting Val back to our place to keep her secure and out of harm's way. During that time, once she was secure there, I set about setting up a safe house to move her to, so it would be even more difficult for her life to be in further danger, and we would just have to fend for ourselves. I'm not quite sure what Old Man was up to, other than screaming back and forth with Lewis over the radio, but it was during these events that you were dealing with the BioBear, and I especially owe you an apology for not coming to your aid. I was thinking of us and the immediate threat to our own lives. We were told Lewis had significant numbers and they were headed our way. It seemed very quickly that others were coming to aid you, and I was very grateful for that. And honestly, it's on me for not following up, checking on you. I don't know. I don't have any. Sorry.
I can swallow what I need to for it. Tell me, what do you need?
Our main concern is the cessation of hostilities between our groups. And, well...
Not to interrupt, I want to address one point at a time, please. Between our groups is not an appropriate verbiage. The settlement at Novus Libertas is clueless to any quarrel that we have. The issue is just me, more or less, and I can squash whatever issue we have. After all, we're almost 5 kilometers separating us on the island. You guys are on the east, or I'm on the west. You guys never have to see me. I don't have to see you. That's the choice that is made. But I just
radio waves are shorter.
They are shorter. Okay, but go ahead. I apologize for interrupting.
The Skulk are interested in the future and the stability of the islands. We're obviously a small group. This is all of us. But we've always had that ideal outside of that, putting things aside, bury him with the old man, whatever. We strongly feel the nails and golds that you returned to their rightful owner was appropriately paid to us and was not yours to give. So that sounds like something, again, you were doing on our behalf in the shadows. I really, really wish you had at least tried to reach us about that. We have, well, I wasn't there for it, but they have been held under the gun roughly around the time those items went missing and Chris took a bullet to the leg, which is curious timing. That has set us very much on edge. I feel is worth noting. But ultimately, we felt that was duly paid to us. It was ours to do with as we saw fit. But in the interests of, again, moving forward, after some debate, it was decided we would like to request 5 stacks of nails, nothing more. Just to cross that T, dot that I.
Respectfully decline.
I'm sorry, your voice got a little scratchy.
I said I respectfully decline.
Okay. Why is that?
I don't feel that that is necessary.
So you openly admit to stealing from us, and then feel reparations are not necessary. You stole from me and Chris when we thought we were still on good terms.
I do not feel that reparations are necessary, nor do I feel that
You at least owe us an explanation.
I've given you the explanation already.
You just don't want to.
No, I'm telling you the reason why I, one, into a home that I still had keys to. Two, I told Chris
That was
very
not your
clearly
home.
what I
That
took.
was never your home. That was our home.
Three,
we gave you access to.
Ellie.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And furthermore, quite clearly, for me to feel that reparations were necessary, I would need to feel that an apology for that was necessary. And I don't.
I'm sorry, an apology for, I think I missed something.
For me to pay reparations for something, I would need to feel that an apology for what I was paying reparations for was necessary. And I do not feel that that is necessary.
I don't feel we should apologize for you stealing for us to give something freely to Rome either.
I'm not asking for your apology for that.
That is the situation at hand.
I'm very confused now.
Do you feel you owe us anything? Period.
I've given you the time here. I have said that I will publicly apologize over the airways for the accusations that I lobbed your way recently. And past that, I feel that we could have a mutual understanding and a path forward to helping the island in the way that you wish to help the island. I'm not into refrigerators by any means, but I can, but I do believe.
We all have our talents.
Yeah. I feel that the most important thing here that we can take. I don't think that 5 stacks of nails is going to help anything. Nor I I don't even have 5 stacks of nails to willingly give outside of the coffers of our settlement. So I don't know how I would. I Please understand the words that are coming out of my mouth are not meant to be derogatory, but I would feel like an absolute whore. Pay out something in a matter that I honestly do not feel is owed. And I don't mean that as a sign of disrespect or to be disrespectful to your feelings or to your needs, but that is where I am. I am a transactional individual, and I feel that a transaction was incomplete, and now it is complete. And we can move forward now, or we can continue batting at each other's name every time we think of the other. That is where this metaphorical line is sand right now. And my peg leg doesn't do very well in the stand.
I don't like to belabor a point, but
You're going to?
I am. Just want to gather my thoughts. It's not about what was taken, it's the fact that things were taken. You say you had access to a place you considered home.
Never said I considered it home. I said I had access to a home. I'll call it a house, I'll call it a base, whatever makes you feel more comfortable. I'll call it a hole in the wall.
It's a home.
That was my word.
But it's not yours.
Scarlet, please. We had access to your shop. We had access to our home. Because at the time, things were going very well between us, and we were totally fine with that. It is on us for not changing the locks when we thought things had gone awry. But we have never stolen from you. We've always been open about the things that we were taking, and it was on loan. So if you feel that that covered our debt to you in that regard, we would like to hear that.
You owe me no debt.
Would you say that was true at the time?
I'm telling you, you owe me no debt.
Sirius, may we have a moment outside? The three of us?
Sure thing.
The skulk. We won't be long. Scarlet. Scarlet.
Sorry, I thought you were asking for Sirius to join us. My bad.
No, the three of us.
I don't fucking care anymore. Let's slow. I just want to go home. I don't care anymore. I don't. He obviously doesn't want to give him.
Hubbard is a rat bastard, and he will never admit that what he did to us.
Cool, that's fine. I don't care. Hippocratic oath. I no longer care.
That's your oath, not mine.
Fucking bleed your shit dry then. I want to move on from this. The longer that we sit here and fucking deliberate the bullshit that he doesn't want to own up to, fine. If he doesn't feel he owns it, then that's fine. We'll move the fuck on. He's obviously said that he'll stop fucking with us on the radio. Then we'll get those nails by our own blood, sweat, and tears. We don't need him to give it to us.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to give it to us, to be honest. I mean,
you're on Whisper, right?
Yeah. I know. I don't really know, honestly. I think apology would be better. I mean, it's just fucking nails at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree.
And our reputation.
Yeah, if we start fucking bleeding him for nails, that seems... If we become merciful, we are seen as the mercy party. Not him. I know. I'm not lost on your frustration with this, trust me. But it is far better of a situation to just go with it and move the fuck on.
I'm so fucking tired of everyone else getting to dictate terms for us. We have no power. This is the best we're gonna
Then we'll get our own on our own.
I don't really know, honestly. I could see both.
He's wronged you too.
Yeah.
Let's go back. We need to go back soon.
We're not.
We'll
done.
talk about this afterwards.
No,
don't
we
need
need
the
to give
nails.
our decision serious. No, it's not about the nails. It's about the fact that he stole from us and is openly unrepentant. Isn't this a whole thing about principle? And the fact he has none?
Then we ask if he feels any remorse for stealing from people that had initially
I already asked him that question.
Then he doesn't. Nails or blood, pick one. Die on that hill, and I will sit behind you and wait until that answer is given. I am no longer speaking.
Let's just go back. We'll figure it out.
Give me a moment.
Fuck. Look at them staring at us too. What the hell?
What else would they do? We're inside their sanctum.
I don't give a fuck.
I do.
Skulk on me. Thank you for that time. We're ready to continue.
Alrighty. Head back on in.
In the interest of moving on, our request is a public apology, cessation of hostilities over radio and otherwise, and that's it.
Public apologies for what we've already discussed here. Again, I think that we're all here, and all the events that have led to this. We've allowed ourselves to be played, all of us, in one way or another. And we've just continued playing the game after it should have been over. And game's over, it's a draw.
One further request, if I may. When a situation arises where one knows something that will affect the other, and the desire is there to help them in that regard, be vocal. That goes for both sides. Meet, discuss, no more shadow play.
Okay, can do that.
Skulk, final question. Are we okay with these terms and proceeding forward with Rome on the network. Chris? Skulk Rise?
I'm part of the Skulk now. Sorry.
Masks off?
Wow, still look really good.
The Skulk humbly request your invitation to join the network.
And the Legion grants. We'll go over the intricacies soon enough, but let's not sully business with peace.
This meeting was vital to our decision.
I'm glad to hear it. And I'm glad to hear your choice to join. I'm sure that it will be good for everyone involved. We'll reach out tomorrow with a few more details. What sort of role you can play. It'll be imperative that you meet with the other members of the network as well.
If I may, I understand you are not fond of, what was the Norseman doing?
A council of their own?
Council? Yeah, not fond of councils, but what sort of governing body are we to expect?
Well, I suppose I'm not a very politically versed man. Councils I dislike because every time I've seen a council, they've failed. For one, I hate micromanaging everyone, so Tyler, Praetorian Nick, Hannah, they know their roles and they do them efficiently. If they're not doing them well, then we talk about how they can improve. It's, I believe the Japanese call it a process of Kaizen. I don't believe in micromanaging people. I expect people...
We operate similarly.
Good. I expect people in their own factions to be running them well. If they aren't leading them correctly, if they aren't being an effective leader, a good leader to their people, then I don't really see a point in conversing or interacting with them. How the network sort of functions is not official. It's, no one tries to tell the other what to do. We just discuss, talk, and we decide the best option.
And there are mediation teams available?
Correct. Nothing official again. Just something like this where we offered and there was no obligation for either party to say yes or say no. It was merely an offer. Rome doesn't believe in formal alliances. They drag people and they give people a sort of lull, a sense of power which otherwise could fade. What we believe in is friendships. They're unofficial and sometimes they can be stronger. So, councils, they're too official for our liking. We prefer connections. We prefer people doing as they do in their own small bubble, their own faction, their own tribe, whichever you wish to call it. And we speak to the person that either offers themselves as delegate or the person that seems to be the smartest out of the bunch. We ask for them to represent their group. That is one thing, representatives. It's always effective to have one person or two people present a group, in my opinion anyway. I get bored of listening to a cacophony of voices. It slows down progress. That's why I don't like councils.
Fair enough. That's amenable to us.
Well, of course we can discuss details at a later date. It's nothing urgent, but I wonder, is there anything else that, I understand it seems like this meeting has reached its natural end. Is there anything that we should discuss before we exit the tent? Let you all set free?
Skulk, are we satisfied?
We're good.
We're good.
Perfect. Then let's be on our way. It's very late.
Oh, sorry. Jumped the gun. Hubbard, Sirius, Sanctum, thank you again for your time.
No trouble.
You guys should stop by Novus Libertas on your way. There's a bunch of the group there. Introduce
Why
you
don't
all.
you just lead us?
Okay.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be up for a while. I don't know if these two will, but if you'll have me, I'll jog with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
I would like a moment to be in my head.
Thank you, Sirius.
No trouble.
Look at a network card.
Oh, I think.
How rude.
Like I said, nothing official.
Yes, please.
Wale,